Hi guys, Candace here, and I am here with Steve Price. He is the owner of Libertas Cryo. Steve, say hello.
Hi, I'm Steve from Libertas Cryo.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Now they know exactly who you are. All right, guys, that's all you need to know.
See you later.
See you later. Steve actually opened, last year? Almost?
Yeah, last year. We've been open about 9 months now.
About 9 months?
Yeah.
Oh, it feels like longer. I don't know why.
It feels like a lot longer to me sometimes too.
But he's over off of Madison.
Yes.
And as a former fifth group guy and a veteran, you guys should have probably seen him around. He's a big supporter of a lot of the things that we do here and other veteran community events and stuff like that. So if you haven't seen him around, you get to see him now.
Yeah, we're definitely trying to get seen more often than not. But yeah, I mean, we're over off of Insengo.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we love supporting the CrossFit community and the veteran community in particular.
Big, yeah.
And it just so happens a lot of vets or active duty also do CrossFit.
It is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it's good. It's not that you guys are a gym, but you do recovery. So a lot of our people like to go over and visit you guys after we just brutalize them.
Yeah.
And then they go over and see you, and then they feel a little bit better.
Yeah. You know, we looking at the market when we did open and seeing all the CrossFit gyms, we're like, this is perfect. These people need us.
We do need it.
Because you guys go hard.
We do.
Yeah.
Well, but you guys don't just see us. You see people from Operation Iron. You see people from all different communities, really, or fitness communities.
Yeah, I mean, by no means are we exclusive to CrossFit. Yeah. You know, one of the great things that I love about our shop is that we can serve a very broad spectrum of the population.
Right.
And
because you have a lot of different services that you offer.
Yeah. Sometimes too many, I think.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think every time I go over or you come here and there's like something new, I'm like, man, this is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. No, we have a lot. And that was sort of the intent, and the reason we have so much is because we wanted to be able to, you know, support somebody throughout different stages of their wellness or recovery journey.
Yeah.
You know, for CrossFitters, you know, you'll have a lot of instances where maybe you trained very hard and you need that muscle recovery or to rebound quickly because, you know, that next day you're about to go do another insane workout. But beyond just muscle recovery and working out, we wanted to provide opportunities for people to improve their health during high allergy season.
Yeah.
Or improve their respiratory conditions, or maybe they don't need to sweat it out and have their muscles relax. Maybe they need to be cold and actually have some of those benefits of cold therapy,
right?
And get all the myriad of benefits that all our services offer.
Yeah. How did you guys get started into the wellness recovery area per se? Yeah.
So I got started with all of this whenever my last couple of years in the military. And a lot of people, I feel like I've met a lot of people and I've known a lot of people with a very similar story where, you know, especially in special operations, where most guys are doing everything they can to stay on a team and stay mission capable and avoid going to the doctor.
Yes.
Or avoid a lot of things because, oh, well, I don't want to miss something or I don't want to do something. And so my last couple of years in the military, luckily for me, even though I hated it, I went and ran the maritime program for special operations. So I was off of a team. And so I was extremely depressed and I hated my life. But it was a blessing in disguise because I actually went to the doctor.
Yeah. Okay.
You know,
most guys wait until they're like, oh, I'm about to retire.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you had that chance.
I had that chance before because I hated my job, and so it was okay if I was not in the office,
right,
doing my job because why?
Right.
And so when I started going to the doctor, you know, I actually started seeing all this stuff that I had totally ignored, and then so following that, started getting consultations for surgery. I went through one shoulder surgery, and the results were horrible.
Yeah.
And then they just wanted to put me on pain pills and medication and all this stuff that is very traditional, and I hated it.
Yeah.
I hated what it was doing to me.
Yeah.
And so I looked for all the alternatives, and
Which are generally more beneficial.
which can be more beneficial, and they can also actually help in conjunction with the traditional stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
sometimes you need that traditional.
Right.
Sometimes you need that surgery. Sometimes
Sure.
you do need some pain pills or some different things or mental
Right.
health stuff. But whether you can completely come off of that stuff or just make it to where you don't have to do as much of it with alternatives, then it
Yes.
can be a big benefit. And so that's where I got into all of this stuff. Cold therapy completely changed my life.
Right.
Going from taking a handful of pain medications to instead just hopping into a cold plunge every day, and then being able to come off of pain medications
Yeah.
and improve my sleep.
Yeah.
And then
The inflammation.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, inflammation is such an overarching thing. When you look at people suffering with pain, a lot of pain is inflammation, and being able to reduce that or make an impact on that is big.
Right.
So that's how I got into all this stuff. Through I think my first thing was compression therapy through the Thor program to support a lot of the exercises I was doing, and then cold therapy, and then cryotherapy was actually something that I got into because of my wife.
Right.
Cryotherapy helped her a lot with her hypothyroid issues. Again, a lot of those autoimmune disorders have a base in inflammation, and so she did a lot of cryotherapy, and she actually saw her hypothyroid numbers go down and all that stuff improve, which is very hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did not know that
Yeah.
about Bree. That's pretty interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like that it was something that you both could do to help.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was awesome. I mean, at the time we were in North Carolina, and we were going to this place called Thrive, and they're a great place, and they had cryotherapy, saunas, massage therapy, all this stuff that we were sort of able to dip our toes into this. And then eventually, I got a horse trough at home for cold therapy. We bought Juve red light panels because red light therapy is amazing, especially if you're capable of doing it every day.
Yeah.
And so, that's how we got into it, trying to get away from all the horrible things that traditional medicine was doing to me. And
well, and I think and that was kind of like how we got started into CrossFit too, was Jeremy started going down this path. You want to stay deployable. You want to be the guy you never want to be the guy that can't do or can't do his job, or somebody else has to cover down for you. You never want to be that guy. So, hearing the doctor say, well, don't do this. If it hurts, don't do that. Stop doing this, stop doing that.
Yeah.
He just was in so much pain. And so then CrossFit kind of helped him start moving again. And then the cryotherapy is something he loves that. When I was there with you, I don't like the cold. So you had to make it still kind of lukewarm for me.
Yeah.
But even then it's beneficial. After I hurt my shoulder, I know that was something that was nice.
Yeah.
I felt better. I felt like I had more range of motion.
Yeah.
But what else do you guys have there besides, I know we talked a little bit about the sauna, you have the cold plunge, you have a room where you could do both.
Yes. Yeah, we have a lot. We do have contrast therapy, so we have a room with a traditional sauna, and then we have a cold plunge in that room as well, to where people can go back and forth. And I mean, contrast therapy is amazing. That's the main service that we have. That the most people that do it come out expressing how they feel like they're in another world, or that they just feel like this mental load lifted, and feel like they were really able to get not only physical benefit, but a huge mental benefit. And I love contrast therapy. Yeah, it's such a powerful tool, combining those two methods together. And then beyond that, we have salt therapy or halotherapy. Salt therapy is really cool. You're actually able to, in the booths that we have salt therapy in our IR sauna, where you can combine those two, or salt therapy in conjunction with red light therapy. And salt therapy is so neat. It's really good for your skin, but what I really love about it is how it can be good for your respiratory system and help with everything from congestion, seasonal allergies, asthma, all this stuff that impact you directly, that most people just live with, and are uncomfortable with. You can really see a good result from that pretty quickly.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the last time that you were here, well, I think maybe the time before last year, you had a chair.
Yeah.
Tell me about the chair.
The chair is our newest addition, and it's the Shift Wave.
That's what it is, the Shift Wave. Yeah.
The Shift Wave. So what I like about the Shift Wave is it's so multi-purpose. In general, because it uses vibrations, or what they call pulse pressure waves, along with some auditory guidance and some breath work.
Yes.
And it can make a big impact on your autonomic nervous system. So it can impact everything from rest and digest to fight or flight. And it was actually developed in conjunction with, coordination with special operations. And, you can choose a protocol to give you focus and energy if you need that for the day. Or you can choose to help deal with stress, anxiety, PTSD, and then tons of protocols to help either improve your natural sleep or put you into a state of deep synthetic sleep. And then all the protocols in general are good for increased circulation, muscle relaxation. And we've actually had quite a few customers that traditionally did a lot of cold therapy that have now sort of gone 50-50. Like, all right, yeah, I want to do cryotherapy today, but I'm going to hop on that Shift Wave because it helps my back relax. I feel with less pain, but also get that mental benefit of that relaxation or that mood boost.
Yeah.
And it's such a powerful thing.
I think what I liked about that was, I remember, because you had me try it, and I had done so many double unders that day, and my calves were hurting, and my legs were just kind of beat.
Yeah.
But combined with the breath work, which does relax you, afterward I felt like I could do almost another workout.
Yeah.
Like, I felt so much better. I felt like I had increased circulation. My legs didn't just feel like they were tired. They felt normal. They felt good.
Yeah.
And it was really kind of shocking because I think I was only on it 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of a weird thing, too.
Yeah.
You see this zero-gravity chair with all these discs on it, and you're like, what's this going to do? But, I mean, recovery, for proper recovery, you want to get into a parasympathetic state.
Right.
And being able to get into that state quicker has a big impact.
Yeah.
And not to mention just the massage-like effects of the vibrations and then the increased circulation, which are also going to help with recovery.
Right.
But getting your body to actually shift into a state where it's like, all right, I'm relaxed. I'm going to start to recover now.
Well, and your eyes are covered and you're listening just to the sound. So the voice is guiding you. You are focused intently on that, focused intently on the breath work. So it just sort of like centers you on the recovery.
Yeah. And that's something that helps me a lot. I've tried breath work a lot in my life, and I'm horrible at it.
Yeah.
But what I like about the chair is I'm there. I feel like it has very good prompts, and so it makes doing breath work easier. And breath work on its own is a very powerful tool.
Yes.
And it can make a big impact on somebody's life. But if you're like me and you struggle to actually do it, the chair makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, it does. So you guys also have compression sleeves?
Yeah, we have compression for arms, hips, and legs, which are awesome. The arms are the most comfortable.
Oh, really?
Well, that's the one we get people falling asleep on the most.
Okay. So very comfortable.
Yeah, very comfortable.
Okay.
Very relaxing. I think it's just that pressure on the chest feels very comforting.
Yeah,
very
almost like a nice
relaxed.
hug.
Yeah, like a nice hug.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, and then and we have red light therapy.
Sorry, excuse me. Sorry. I probably need to come by and do the salt therapy myself.
You do.
Yeah.
You should come by and do it.
I should. I'll have Jeremy stop me by. I think Thursday we have a clear day. But yeah. I'll stop by.
Yeah. And then what is it? We got red light therapy. We've talked about cryotherapy a little bit and all that stuff. I think that rounds out everything we've got. Yeah,
but you guys offer one-time services. You offer dual services, but you also have memberships and packages that you can do.
Yeah. I mean, we sell everything, and we sell single services, so you can come in, buy one thing, and be done. Or we sell packages, and we also sell memberships, and then we also are more than willing and able, and we've done it with some people, to build something specific for somebody.
Okay.
If somebody has something that they're really a specific goal, and we can help them attain that goal with whatever type of whatever that looks like, we are more than happy to build something for somebody.
I think that's really nice too, because there's a lot that you can't go into certain places and build your own package, but when you work with a small business, with a local business, and you're able to talk to the owner, or to the people that work right there with the owner, you can work out a lot of different things, and you can tailor it, and we have the ability to say, like, okay, this is something that we can do for you.
Yeah, and I think it's important because a lot of this stuff, a lot of things, like there are key things in my business that I use very regularly, and then I'll do other things sporadically or as needed. And depending on where you are in your health and wellness or what you're trying to achieve, right now maybe this is something you'd want to do very frequently. Like for a lot of inflammation, a lot of the studies suggest that if you can, especially with cryotherapy, tons of studies with cryotherapy showing that, 30-day period, about a 30-day period of very high usage can make a dramatic impact on inflammation markers and chronic pain.
Right.
And then, but after those 30 days, going into a maintenance phase would be more appropriate. You don't need to do it every day.
Yeah.
And so, whatever somebody's goal is, you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't pay for 30 days forever.
Right. You should be able to
you should be able to
make it work for you.
To change and to do, and to reach your goals.
Yeah. Well, and everybody has different fitness goals.
Yep.
Everybody has different wellness goals. And like you said, training, if they're training for a specific thing, they might need something leading up to or following that. So all they really got to do is stop in and see you. Yeah.
All they got to do is stop in and see us. And I think in general, we've sort of organized everything to where it's pretty easy to do, even if you don't want to get specifically a package made just for you. All our services are interchangeable. And so we made it that way because we knew, I do cold therapy. I do cold plunges almost every day. But sometimes when I'm dumb enough and I deadlift too much and I tweak my back, then I know that day I need to do cryotherapy.
Yeah.
Or I stay up late, or maybe I drink too much and my nose is running and I feel like crap. All right, well, today I'm going to do the red light with the salt, and I'm going to start feeling better.
Speaking of deadlift, last year you came in and crushed our pounds for pups. And I think what was the best part was you just showed up in your jeans and your t-shirt, and then we turn around and you had your workout shorts on with the ducks, and you're like, anyway. And then you just dominated that.
Yeah.
Are we going to have a surprise pop in on this Saturday?
I don't think you're going to have a surprise pop in this Saturday.
No.
I've one and done. I won. I want to remain the king.
Yeah.
And Jeremy said he was going for me.
He's been gunning for you.
And I'm scared of Jeremy.
You shouldn't be.
I'm scared of him.
He's just, the beard is misleading. He's a big teddy bear.
Yeah. No, he's nice, but he's a monster.
He is.
Thank God that last year for Pounds for Pups, you didn't do any cardio, because then I would have lost.
He's got a lot of cardio.
Yeah.
He's he's got a lot of cardio. Well, so we will see you, though, and you are one of our sponsors, and so you're giving gift cards to the male winner and the female winner. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
But we will get to see you Saturday, correct? And you'll be here to hang out and say hello, to high five the winners, and not drop in. So if I see the shorts, I'll know.
If you see the shorts, you'll know.
Okay.
But it's going to have to be a surprise at the last minute, whether it happens or not.
I'll put Jeremy on notice.
Yeah.
But he did tell you he's been coming for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down for a showdown. I am. I am. But I don't know if this Saturday is going to be it.
Okay. All right. Well, for you guys who want to stop in and see if the Jeremy versus Steve showdown happens, come by and see us. Pounds for Pups is from 10 to 2. But you can also just stop in and join the fun. Everything goes to a good cause. You have a chance to win gift cards to Libertas Cryo. And just come by and cheer your friends on. We look forward to seeing you guys, and we'll see you then. Yeah, you should definitely come in. At a minimum, it's just a fun event. It is a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun last year, and it's just a fun thing to do. We get to hooting and hollering, and people get to lift them. Yeah. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. Yeah, stop by. See us on Saturday, 10 to 2, and give Steve a holler. Stop by and see Steve. Check out all of the wonderful benefits that he has over at Libertas Cryo, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.